I'm pretty sure that you tend to overspray to raise your level of confidence. A lot of people out there on the internet talk about fragrances, which fragrances to choose, why, review of fragrances, how to wear a fragrance, when to wear it, which fragrance for which occasion, blah, 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 blah. A lot of interesting videos, a lot of interesting contents, articles, but when not to wear a fragrance? Again, a lot of people would advise you, oh no, you should always wear a fragrance, you should bath in fragrances, but actually we have to remember that no man is an island. We live in societies, so we always have to consider that we are social animals, and we should, I don't want to sound boring, we should treat the others the way we would like to be treated, generally speaking. So let's see some particular scenarios when not to wear a fragrance. First one, funerals. It's not appropriate, doesn't even need an explanation. And in general, I would say during religious ceremonies, people tend to be sit quite close to each other. So you don't want to be bothered, and you don't want to bother with really the scent, the smell of someone else. If you are in a mystical, deep inner space. Second scenario, hospitals. And why? Well, because it's full of people that don't feel well. And for sure it happened also to you not to feel good and experience the fact that all the smells or a lot of smells bother you. So in general, we can extend it to all people that don't feel well. If you visit somebody who doesn't feel well, keep it in mind. Third scenario, if you have to visit elderly people, let's say your grandparents, elderly people, old people tend to be more sensitive. Also in that case, for a sense of respect, we don't really want to bother their noses. So pay a lot of attention. Aging, we become more sensitive. Fourth scenario. Well, all crowded places would recommend us or not to wear a fragrance or to wear it really moderately. Also because if the place is very crowded, we are very close to each other, we don't need a huge amount of fragrance to be noticed. Of course, there are exceptions. Well, if you go clubbing, well, in that case, you don't really care if you wore a bit too much of your favorite parfum. Actually, in those scenarios, I'm pretty sure that you tend to overspray to raise your level of confidence. But imagine all those situations a bit more formal than a club where there are a lot of people. You don't want to bother each other with strong fragrances. Let's say this is it. Of course, there are more specific scenarios. With these few examples, I just wanted to give you an approach, a mindset that you should always use, you should always apply, because if you think about that, all these scenarios that I've listed, they don't happen accidentally. You plan, you schedule those type of, let's say, duties. So you can really plan in advance your day in order not to arrive to that situation with an inappropriate approach. Keep it in mind. No man is an island.